Why authenticity attracts alignment. I've spent a lot of my life learning how to be what I thought I needed to be. Strong enough, patient enough, helpful enough, understanding enough, loving enough, successful enough, spiritual enough. And sometimes I thought being accepted meant making myself easier for other people to understand. But the further I've traveled on my journey back to myself, the more I've realized authenticity isn't about becoming someone everyone will like. It's about becoming someone you recognize. For me, that has meant allowing myself to be curious, to question, to believe, to change, to create, to feel deeply, to explore spirituality, to make music, to write, to share the things I've learned, to admit when I don't have an answer, to acknowledge where I've been wrong, to embrace the parts of myself that don't fit neatly into someone else's expectations. And that's not always comfortable. Because when you stop performing, something interesting happens. You begin to discover who actually connects with you, and who was only connecting with the version of you that made them comfortable. That realization can hurt, but it can also be incredibly freeing. I've learned that authenticity doesn't mean everyone will understand me. It doesn't mean everyone will agree with me. It doesn't mean everyone will like the direction I'm going. And it certainly doesn't mean I'll never make mistakes. It simply means I'm no longer willing to constantly abandon myself just to be accepted. And that's where alignment begins. Because when you become honest about who you are, your choices start becoming clearer. You notice what feels right. You notice what doesn't. You notice which relationships allow you to breathe. You notice which environments make you shrink. You notice which dreams keep returning. You notice which conversations leave you feeling alive. You notice which ones leave you feeling like you've betrayed yourself. Authenticity becomes a compass, not because it tells you exactly where to go, but because it helps you recognize when you're moving away from yourself. I've experienced moments in my life where I was trying so hard to understand what I was supposed to do next. I searched, I questioned, I reflected, I looked for meaning. And eventually I realized that sometimes the answer isn't found by asking, what will make everyone happy? It's found by asking, what is actually true for me? That question can change everything. Because alignment isn't necessarily about getting the life you imagined. Sometimes alignment means becoming honest enough to recognize the life that actually belongs to you. It can mean discovering that something you once wanted no longer fits. It can mean allowing an old version of yourself to end. It can mean pursuing something you never expected. It can mean creating something simply because your soul keeps asking you to create it. It can mean having the courage to say, this is who I am becoming. And then allowing your life to respond. I've learned that authenticity also attracts the right kind of people. People who don't require me to constantly perform. People who can handle my honesty. People who respect my boundaries. People who allow me to grow. People who don't need me to stay exactly the same so they can remain comfortable. And I want to be that kind of person for others too. Because authenticity isn't just about being seen. It's about seeing others honestly too, without forcing them into the version we want them to be, without expecting them to remain who they were yesterday, without confusing familiarity with truth. So how do I help myself remember? I ask myself whether I'm being honest or performing. I listen to my inner voice. I notice when I'm shrinking myself. I pay attention when something repeatedly feels out of alignment. I give myself permission to change. I create without worrying about whether everyone will understand. I speak from my own experience instead of pretending to have all the answers. I spend time in stillness. I pray. I reflect. And I remind myself. I don't have to be universally understood to be authentic. I don't have to be universally understood to be authentic. I don't have to convince everyone everyone that my journey is valid. I don't have to make everyone comfortable with my growth. I don't have to become smaller so someone else doesn't feel threatened by my becoming. And I don't have to chase alignment. Sometimes I simply have to stop living out of alignment with myself. Because when I stop pretending, I become clear. When I become clear, my choices become clear. And when my choices become clear, the people, opportunities, ideas, and experiences that genuinely belong in my life become easier to recognize. That's what authenticity means to me now. Not perfection. Not having everything figured out. Not being fearless. Just being honest enough to say, this is who I am. This is what I've learned. This is what I believe today. This is what I'm still figuring out. And this is the direction I'm choosing to grow. Maybe authenticity doesn't magically make everything fall into place. Maybe it does something more important. It helps you stop building a life that was never truly yours. And once you stop pretending to be someone you're not, you finally have room for the life, relationships, dreams, and experiences that actually fit the person you're becoming. Authenticity may not attract everyone, and that's okay. It helps you recognize who, then what can meet you where you truly are. Where in your life are you ready to stop performing and start living more honestly?